want to sing rock like your favorites without yelling, singing too clearly or softly? You want that gritty tone, but you don't want to blow out your voice? Well, welcome to my TED Talk. I wore my pleather pants just for this. Fire away! Hello and welcome to The Voice Mood. I'm your host, Olivia Peck. I am certainly in the mood to rock. I'm your local millennial voice teacher. Even if you're not trying to sing hardcore rock or with a lot of grit, you still want power. A lot of people want power to their tone, their voices. I'm going to help you find that rock god or goddess inside of you, but we're going to do it in a healthy way. Madison's ready. You really have to be a smart singer to sing rock, and you have to be careful not to blow out your voice. Obviously, we all get excited when we're singing. Over the past decade, I have had to learn to sing rock. The way I learned to sing opera is sometimes the opposite technique to rock and pop styles and even some musical theater. Make sure you watch till the end of this video. I'm going to give you a bonus tip, but away we go. Let's talk about what gritty vocals are not. Yelling, straining, something you can feel mostly in your throat. Super loud. Gritty vocals are supported, requires delicate precision, something you can feel in your resonators. Not necessarily loud. Let's examine these 4 points real quick. We're gonna use So What by Pink. So what? I'm still a rock star. Okay, I'm trying to bring my chest voice up instead of so what? I'm still a rock star. The first time I was kind of just shouting. It was all here. Second time it was more supported. So what? I used actually less air, found the resonance here. It's a clear tone. And then on top of that, I can add a little bit of attitude. So what? So what? And I don't need you. That's even higher, so I really got to thread the needle. And when I say thread the needle, it's like I am really keeping in check. I'm not shouting, It's a quiet almost, or at least speaking level transition as I get higher, and it's a very tiny sound, and it's almost like a whiny sound. That's actually what supported is. An appropriate breath and appropriate volume for your vocal cords to create that clear sound instead of what our instincts tell us, which is just push. It's actually more about precision. So what happens when you strain? So what? I'm still a rock star. I'm dealing with tension in my throat. Thread the needle. So what? Bring up the intensity a little bit of the volume once you've threaded the needle. So what? I'm still a rock star, but not too much. And then you can add a little more attitude, maybe a little more grit, a sigh or a little bit of fry in there. So what? I'm still a rock star. I got my rock moves and I don't need you. There's also something else happening, and that is it's a lot more nasal, and that's also how Lady Gaga, I'm on the edge, is able to belt safely, as she's got her resonators working for her, taking a good breath, but she's placing it here. The trick is knowing when it doesn't feel good and going, why doesn't this feel good? It could be that a certain part of your range, you are naturally pushing a little bit more. I have to say, like when I'm in my middle and high range, sometimes it's hard for me to gauge like how much breath am I gonna use and how much intensity can I use, and just adding a little bit too much or a little bit too much rasp or a little too much of that whispery sound is gonna push me too hard, and now I've pushed myself to the point where I'm hurting, and that's like definitely not what we want. But it happens to professional singers. Just be careful, guys. If it doesn't feel good, stop. So what's an exercise I can do to access this rock sound? I got this exercise from Emily Kristen Morris. So if you can't find me, I'm actually singing that quietly, but I'm singing it in a whine. This is what she says to do. Well, 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 well. She makes a great point. When you're born and you're a baby, you don't go wah in your throat. Wah! Cry sound. If you can figure that out, y'all, you're a rock star. Babies are rock stars. They're rockers. The power comes from threading the needle. It's not super loud, so try it. Well, 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 well. Now, let's add a little bit of grit to it. You can think of like Chris Lipe, he says, add a little sigh. You know, you can add a little bit of that like vocal fry, which mine is frying today. Could fry an egg with my vocal fry. Or you could just think, add a little attitude. Well, maybe a little more nasal, but keep the volume low, like intimate. Well, 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 well. It was not loud. I just saw it, you know, add a little bit of this, like, just a little bit. I feel crazy right now. I'm in my living room by myself. It's very awkward. I don't think my dog likes it. Rock singers are built different, singing all of these styles in one song. Look at Freddie Mercury, our favorite guy. Look at Bohemian Rhapsody. It's almost operatic, and then he does, life has just begun. That's falsetto it all the way. That's got some grit. This is a really common tactic, if you will, of rock singers. They mix it up. There's a reason for that. Even if you hear a metal singer who is, you know, screaming seemingly the whole time, they're going to give you dynamics. They're going to give you a soft, a medium, and a loud. There's a build-up that you want to have in pretty much every song. That's kind of like the thing. You want to take people on a journey. It changes the storytelling. It also can save your voice. It's easy to overdo a raspy sound, a gritty sound. And I mentioned metal because you look at singers like Otep, who is giving you that gritty sound the whole time, but she's doing another thing. You look at her cover of Royals, I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. Starting, it sounds a little gritty, but really she's basically like talking, a little lifted, and she's adding a little bit of that vocal fry. I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. And with the production, it sounds a little bit fuller when she's like, in a torn up town, no postcode envy. You know, she's like giving a little bit more power to it, but not much. It was at like a speaking volume. We're not talking about really metal in this video, but I will say, you know, bands like Devil Driver, where you're like, but Olivia, they are screaming the entire time. And to that I say, yeah, you got me. So there's a place for that. All this is to say that grit and edgy singing is a staple of rock music, but it's all about knowing when to use it and to use it in a safe way. Bonus tip, it's time for the bonus tip. Do not forget, this genre requires a microphone. I'm using this kind of microphone. You'll really get to hear it if I get my amp out. It's not about singing super duper loud, and that is probably like the most common misconception. And so when you're practicing, if you don't have a microphone, practice in a really live room, like your kitchen or your bathroom. Remember that when you sing in like your car, you're practicing your rock voice in the car. Your sound is getting absorbed in the seats, and it's basically like this dead space. So you're really not hearing yourself correctly. You could try to like do this. You can hear yourself better or plug your ear. But I would say practice with a microphone from time to time. It's really going to help you. Let me get my amp out. Let me get my other microphone out. Literally at the beginning of this recording, I kind of went overboard even. I'm feeling it. Then when I was doing like the whiny stuff and the wow, like I feel a lot better. Like I feel like I massaged La Voce a little bit. Find the whine first before you start singing instead of trying to backtrack. Easing into it after you've been shouting, you know, you're not really doing yourself any favors. Welcome to my TED Talk. This is connected to my laptop. That's what's recording the sound. This is connected to my amp. It's not even that loud. Hey, like, how chaotic can this get? Honestly, I'm not gonna sing loudly. I'm gonna sing with like a whine. So what? I'm still a rock star. So what? I'm still a rock star. Let's add a little bit of attitude, shall we? But remember to put the microphone close to your mouth, or else there's no point. So what? I'm still a rock star. I got my rock moves, and I don't need you. And guess what? I'm having more fun. There's other ways to add intensity to your rock sound and dynamics. Some of that is just being theatrical. I definitely recommend the smile trick to bring out that bright sound that a lot of rock has, and to just be careful and have fun. Remember, rock is about rocking out. So, like, move around, move your head around, and get into it because it does help unlock your voice. Just make sure you do it safely and trust your technique when you're doing it. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to put your favorite rock singers in the comments. Let me know if this helped you, and ask your questions in the comments for the next live. I'll see you next time. Bye. Madison, would you care to speak? All right.